Belozor Sergey Valerievich, date of birth January 14th, 1973. Served in the 60th Separate Mechanized Brigade, Unit A, 1962. BMO Battalion, well, BMZ, Battalion of Material Support. Fuel and Lubricant Supply Platoon. Senior Sergeant in charge of fuel delivery, basically like a deputy platoon commander. I also transported fuel paperwork, everything. I looked after the personnel in case the platoon commander was absent. Well, I replaced him.
So you drove yourself, right? But you had people under your command.
Yes, there were hardly any people, very few. I have to do it myself.
But you had a platoon under your command.
Well, platoon is just a name at this point. There were only about 7 people left in the platoon. So that's how it is. You have to drive yourself, do everything yourself. Well, on March 19, 2022, they brought a draft notice to the military enlistment office. They delivered it. Oh, and they backdated it. So on the 19th, I was already in Cherkasskoye, Dnipropetrovsk region at the training ground as an assembly point. But they put down March 17th, so it would look like I had passed the medical exam, which I actually hadn't. In the middle, well, not in the middle, on April 12th, we went to Shairok, which is near Kryvyi Rih. There they were also assembling the 40th Reserve Company. Oh, well, from there I was subsequently taken to the BMZ, serving as a dedicated fuel truck driver, primarily because they possessed numerous vehicles, but regrettably lacked sufficient drivers. Sometimes it genuinely happens that a particular vehicle arrives and procures some essential fuel just once a month, and then that acquired fuel is meticulously distributed to the entire battalion, company by company, and astonishingly, no one truly knows precisely where it actually goes or how it is ultimately utilized. Well, the vehicle arrives, you fill it up, but then you have to write it off somewhere. So they issue trip tickets for the vehicles, write it all down, and then you have to figure out how to write it off however you can. And that's it.
So where do you put the fuel? You do receive it, right?
The vehicle takes whatever arrives. Well, we have a warehouse manager.
Is he with the brigade then?
Well, yes, oh right, he's the brigade warehouse manager. We have a brigade service, well, for fuel supply. Well, he goes out, probably calls someone else too. I don't think he decides that on his own. He has an older son who is now, it seems, approximately 28 years of age. Apparently this son is currently studying in Britain, pursuing his education there. The OCC picked him up off the street early in the morning. He was walking the dog and they took him.
Well, didn't he try to run away or anything?
Well, I don't know. He probably ran until he couldn't run anymore. Well, he called to say they took everyone. So what could he do? A BR order came too, a combat directive. They needed a person. Well, he was assigned to the 115th. They called, well, they took someone and sent him. He ran away after 3 days, left the SCCH. No one else wanted to go, so I had to. People don't want to go, they run off right away. That's how it is. A failure in working with the personnel.
They sent you to the BZ. What exactly was your task?
Well, as they told us, it was to build engineering structures, those observation posts. Well, for example, the front line was about 1,300 meters from us. And here we were supposed to build, well, an observation post for 2 people from which you could watch, like if there was shooting or, you know, birds flying by, so you could report anything to the command post over the radio. We built one, but it got burned down. Everything, all the supplies burned in the fire. Then we built a second one. The first was in a visible spot, so the second we made in a more concealed place, and then a third. That's how it was. And then 2 people would take shifts in each of them.
Well, of course. But in principle, there are engineering units for construction, aren't there? Why aren't they the ones doing this?
All the engineers now, all the engineering units, all the drivers, cooks, everyone is up at the front. There aren't enough people. Supposedly there are about 175 people in the battalion, but in reality only about half are actually there. People are leaving. They either don't want to be here or they're afraid. Well, they're afraid, they just don't want to fight. If only they could just keep serving where they are, you know, keep working as drivers or something else in the BMO. But it's when they're sent to the front line that everyone suddenly starts leaving for some reason.
So basically, if you just stay put, it's doable, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's really not scary at all.
Right. The scariest thing is when you get wounded. But I'm not right on the front line. I'm on the 3rd line. That's like 1,300 meters away, so it's pretty far.
Yeah, it's pretty far, but still, I ended up captured.
Yeah, no one expected you guys to get here so quickly. Right. Well, I got wounded in the side, fell down right away, couldn't breathe, thought my lung was punctured. I was thrown back, didn't have time to do anything, not even fire a shot. Well, your wounded guy turned out to be alive too. The other one, well, he was killed. The one I was with.
That was your partner, right?
Yeah, well, from the other observation post. Then some more of your guys ran up, stripped me, took off my gear. They bandaged me up right away. They looked at it and said it wasn't serious. Then into the dugout, and then Baba Yaga started firing. Turns out it's a scary thing.
And how do you know it was Baba Yaga specifically?
You can hear it the way it buzzes, like goo 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 goo. When it hovers, it buzzes over the trenches. Then suddenly, snap, boom, blows your mind out. Well, I was in the ATO, but also as a driver refueler.
From what year to what year?
From February 15th, 2015, or maybe the 12th, I don't remember exactly, until, well, basically from February 2015 to September 2016. The area around Sloviansk, Kramatorsk, well, Mykolaiivka, basically you could count that as the same area.
You always say, in 2022 the full-scale war began, well, the full-scale invasion.
Okay.
So what was happening during the ATO? I mean, who exactly was the primary enemy in this situation?
Well, they often say that it was primarily the civilian population of the Donbas region that was affected.
Who says that?
Well, our people say that, the leadership. So the civilian population didn't want to live in Ukraine. And well, now it's the youth, right? And they started recruiting there on contract, said there was supposed to be $1 million something paid as a one-time payment. Well, it seems like they're being motivated. Well, maybe there was some kind of financial motivation. Well, for us...
As it turned out, no one actually gives out $1 million as a lump sum.
Really? Oh, well, you see, you know more than I do.
Yes. It turns out, if you fight for a year, then after a year...
Only then do you get the $1 million.
If you can last a year.
So, as it turns out, everything is tricky everywhere again. Well, you see, everything truly comes to light right away, quite